In the glowing valley of Eldoria, where fireflies danced like fairy lights and the sky always smelled like honey blossoms, there lived a young fairy named Mira. She was the smallest in her group, with sky-blue wings that sparkled like icicles and a wild imagination that often got her into trouble. Mira had just turned 10, the magical age, when every fairy received their very first wand. The wand-binding ceremony was held at the Moonstone Glade, where High Fairy Oriel waited beside a circle of vine-wrapped chests. One by one, the young fairies stepped up and received their wands. When Mira's name was called, she nervously fluttered forward, heart pounding. Oriel handed her a long, curved box made of birch bark, tied shut with a silken ribbon that shimmered with colors Mira had no name for. Inside was a wand unlike any other, slightly curved like a vine in mid-sway, wrapped in silver filigree with a glowing violet gem at its tip. As soon as Mira picked it up, the wand shivered gently in her hand. That night, as moonbeams bathed the glade in soft light, Mira sat by the little riverbank behind her cottage, gazing at the wand. Suddenly, a voice whispered, "It's been so long. I almost forgot how to speak." Mira froze. "Don't be afraid, Mira. It's me, the wand." Mira blinked and looked around. "What? Who's there?" "Right here, in your hand." Mira stared down at the wand. "You can talk?" "I can. My name is Echo, and once I belonged to Thalia the Daring, the hero who defeated the frost serpent and protected the eternal bloom." Mira gasped. "Thalia the Daring? That was 100 years ago. She was a legend." "Indeed she was," said Echo, his voice filled with pride and sorrow. "And now I'm with you." Mira looked at her tiny hands and trembling wings. "But I'm not a hero," she whispered. "Neither was Thalia in the beginning, but she became one just like you will." From that moment on, Mira's world transformed. Echo told stories of distant lands, lost magic, and ancient creatures that once roamed Eldoria. He taught her how to truly feel the spells, how to listen to the wind in the trees, how to focus her heart into the magic. Mira's spells grew stronger, her flight became smoother, and her doubts began to fade. Still, she told no one about Echo's voice. The other fairies already thought she was too quiet, too dreamy. If she told them her wand spoke, they might laugh or worse, think she'd lost her mind. But in a land of magic, secrets rarely stay hidden for long. One sunny afternoon, Mira was practicing light spells near the crystal lake when a sudden shout broke the air. A fairy named Cora, one of the older ones, was yelling in panic. "My brother fell in. He can't swim." Mira turned to see a small fairy boy struggling in the deep water, his wings soaked and dragging him down. "You can do this," Echo urged. "Focus. Use the ripple weave spell I showed you." Mira's hands trembled as she pointed her wand. She took a breath, closed her eyes, and pictured the water lifting the boy. The wand glowed deep violet, and a ribbon of light spun out, catching the boy and gently pulling him from the lake, laying him safely on the shore. The others stared in silence, then burst into cheers. Cora hugged her brother. "You saved him, Mira. That was amazing." Soon, High Fairy Oriel arrived, sensing the powerful spell from afar. She studied Mira, then glanced at the wand in her hand. "Mira," she said gently, "that was an advanced elemental spell. Who taught you?" Mira looked down. "My wand," she said quietly. "His name is Echo." Oriel's eyes sparkled. "So, the voice has returned." "You knew?" Mira asked, startled. "I suspected," Oriel said with a nod. "Echo is one of the Elder Wands, crafted from the wood of the Dreaming Tree. He only speaks to fairies with true courage in their hearts. He has been silent since Thalia the Daring." A wave of warmth washed over Mira. She hadn't imagined it. She was chosen. That evening, Mira returned to the riverbank, her legs curled beneath her and Echo resting across her knees. "You were brilliant today," said Echo softly. "I was scared," Mira admitted. "What if the spell failed?" Real courage isn't about not being scared, it's choosing to act despite the fear. You did that. Mira smiled, gazing at the stars twinkling above. "Will you stay with me until your story is ready to be passed on?" Echo replied. "And someday, when your wings are strong and your tale is legend, you'll pass me to another dreamer just like Thalia passed me to you." Mira leaned back, her wings fluttering gently behind her. She didn't know what tomorrow would bring. Maybe wild beasts, maybe strange magic, maybe a world that needed saving. But now, she didn't feel small. She felt ready, and far above the valley of Eldoria, the stars shimmered a little brighter, for a new tale had begun, and a new hero had quietly stepped into the light. The end.